So even though we're in an artificial setting today, usually we like to get outside and interact with our environment. This room has been specially designed to replicate the movements of our ancestors as they would have moved over their natural terrain. So these movements include climbing, traversing, rope climbing, rope swinging, brachiating, crawling and rolling. And these are the movements that our ancestors would have had to carry out on a daily basis to move over their natural terrain. So these are the movements that our bodies were actually designed or adapted for. So as humans, we actually have a variation of different ways that we can actually move over our terrain. So these are our bipedalism, which is our upright, walking, running, sprinting. Brachiating abilities, which is our arm swinging or monkey bar swinging abilities. And we also have quadrupedalism, so our ability to get down on all fours and use all four limbs together, such as crawling and also climbing activities, but using all four limbs together. And because our bodies were designed or adapted to move over these different kinds of terrain in these different ways, it's important then that we incorporate these movements into our exercise and activity programs. These activities actually help develop balance, coordination, whole body strength and whole body integration. So one of the other natural movements that we actually see in the animal kingdom a lot is climbing or moving over a natural terrain. So this wall has been designed to traverse, and to traverse there's a couple of different principles that we can look at. So we're having to actually bring the legs through and then back, or flagging across. So basically moving in these ways actually helps all four limbs to work together. So we're crossing over the body. So we're coming to these positions, we're crossing the leg over. This is called flagging in climbing. But it's more important that these abilities and movements are done naturally so that the whole body gets this workout. So when we're moving in this way, we're never using one part of the body in isolation. We're using the whole body all of the time to effortlessly move from one part to another. And this is a very natural or effortless way to use the body, and it develops a whole body strength and not isolated repetitive type of strength through isolated movements. It's using the body in a very efficient way, just as our ancestors would have moved over their natural terrain. Moving in this way actually also switches the coordination of the body on. So by changing the patterns that we actually move in, so we're never doing a repetitive exercise, the blocks are never the same, the holds are never the same. So in this way we're constantly changing the stresses on our body so that our brains are integrating, our bodies are integrating, and we're constantly developing new neural pathways or new nerve pathways in the brain, which helps us as we get older. So hopefully this video has been interesting in helping you to understand the different ways that humans can locomote and move around, and actually give you some natural movement alternatives to the gym-based exercises that we all seem to focus on in these modern times. So we understand that not everyone has the ability to come in and use facilities such as this, even though more schools, leisure centres and gyms are putting traversing walls and climbing walls up with ropes and mats and things like that. We know that people can't always get to those facilities. So if you keep up with our videos, we'll actually show you how you can incorporate some of these natural movement abilities in outside surroundings and in our natural environment.